Good morning, students. Uh, since the very first lecture up till this moment, we are discussing about the communication. We have discussed about its origin, its definition, then types of communications we have seen. Then we are discussing about the process of communication. And in the process of communication, which is the most appropriate model of communication, we can say that is a Legion's model of communication. So he has laid the six elements in the communication process. Very first element is the communicator, second one is a message, third one is a channel, fourth one is a treatment and presentation, fifth one is the audience, and last one is the audience response. So out of these six elements, uh, in the last lecture, we have completed the third element, channel. And the next thing we are going to learn, but meanwhile, when the process of communication is going on, the things, other things enter in the communication process. Which are these? So, the most important is a noise. Noise, you know it better. But what is, by definition, what is noise actually? Noise is obstruction that prevents a message from being heard by or carried over clearly to the audience. That means anything which inhibits or which restrict the audience from being heard the message. It is anything. So it can be failure of a channel to reach the intended audience if channel is not selected appropriately. For example, for the illiterate farmers, if I go with the PowerPoint presentation with English, what is its use? Zero. Then failure on the part of communicator to handle the channel skillfully. The failure from the communicator side. Then failure to select the channels appropriate to the objectives. Then failure to use the channels in according or in accordance with the abilities of the audience. What are the abilities actually? As a moment ago I given the example of farming community, so that is the best example. Then failure to avoid the physical distraction. If the physical distraction is more, we can say, for example, the lecture is going on, class is going on, and meanwhile that fan which is revolving, it sounds worst, then ultimately where your attention will be, your attention will be at fan, not to me. So that is a physical distraction actually. Then failure of an audience to listen or look carefully. Sometimes that the audience or some daydreamers are there, they are always to be in dreaming. So whatever I will tell them, it will be out of coverage area. So that is a failure from the audience side. Then failure to use enough channels in parallel. Actually, the psychiatrists or the psychologist are telling you should use the appropriate at least two or three channels at a time to get attention of the people to you. So if that is a, yeah, what you can say, the failure to use the enough channels and use up too many channels in a series. If a message is too short and if you are using the many channels, then again its impact will be zero. So these are the noise, we can say. Then fourth element of the communication process is treatment and presentation. If you remember, I had told you people that this treatment and presentation is as like the tailoring work. As you brought some, what you can say, the cut pieces, cloth pieces, and you just go to the tailor or fashion designer to get it fit according to your body. So what he do? He get your measurement and then accordingly he bind this cutted piece, or the, what you can say, the cloth piece in a excellent dress. So the same work here, working in this element, treatment and presentation. So first one, matter of general organization. That means the message is in the complex form. It is what you can say the diversified one. So it is a skill of communicator who bind that complex message into the simple language. The person who collect the diversified sources or diversified messages in a single complete message. So in the treatment, what you should do while organizing the message? First one, repetition of frequency of mention of ideas and concepts. Repetition of frequency means what? It is the psychological truth. If you have to, what you can say, show the importance of any message, you should repeat this message. Take the example of your class, that your teacher is always telling you, students, remember that this is most important from the mid exam, from the examination point of view. I'm telling you, I'm repeating this. So that is actually the skill. Then contrasting of ideas. Contrasting, that means which is actually best matching. Yes, it is best example. Matching means what? Black and white combination. It match white pant or the white shirt and black pant. It matches. So likely contrasting of ideas. You should uh, present your idea in contrasting manner. Then chronological. That means the sequential, logical compared to the psychological. Then presenting one side compared to the two sides of an issue. You should come up with a single idea or the single side of an issue. For example, if I have to explain the importance of variety, then you should tell me the advantages first. Should not start up with disadvantages. If you start with disadvantages or limitations, I'm not going to adapt this variety. So this is thing is that then emotional compared to the logical appeals. We all peoples are the emotional in nature. So any message, it is the truth actually. Your message should be the emotional one. Then starting with the strong arguments compared to saving them until the end of presentation. The first impression is the last impression. Likely that if you have a strong arguments at start, then ultimately it will attract the attention of the people, and we can go or move ahead smoothly. Inductive compared to the deductive. I don't know whether you remember or no, but in the second semester, in the fundamental of agriculture extension education, we had such a concept. Inductive and deductive means what? It is an approach to deal with the subject. There are the two issues are there, or the two approaches are there, which are either you can explain the message from general to particular level or from particular to general level. In your childhood, you had these stories. So stories were the general approaches, but at last you had the moral of the story. So what was that intention, that while reading or while getting this story, what should exactly get from the story? That is the moral actually. So likely that inductive should be there. Then proceeding from the general to the specific and vice versa according to the subject matter. Then explicitly drawing the conclusion compared to the leaving the conclusion implicit for the audience. That means you should have a firm understanding, and you should appeal the audience that they should adapt this variety, not to that to leave them before choosing. So explicitly drawing the conclusion, that should be the our agenda. Then matter of speaking and acting. Whatever we have learned, it is about the how to organize the message, how the message should be. But speaking and acting, it is having its own importance. If I compare, you compare me and Amitabh Bachchan, then definitely difference is there. He has the million of followers. I have nothing. So likely, matter of speaking and acting is the most important phenomena. Limit the scope of presentation to few basic ideas and to time allotted. Follow the time. Then be yourself. You cannot be anyone else. That means don't make a copy. You are you only. So be yourself. Know the facts. Fuzziness means a sure death of the message. Know the fact. If you know the clear facts, then and then only you should place the statistics. Otherwise, let it go. Then don't read your speech. Actually, many times with the politicians, uh, we have some discussions. This fellow, particular fellow, is having a very good ability to deliver the speech. How? As we judge him, how he's speaking, whether he's speaking to peoples or either he is just reading the speech. So don't ever read your speech is the most important phenomena. Then know the audience. Each audience has its own personality. Be responsive to it. We should not the best or it is a success key actually. If you know your audience, then ultimately you will succeed in the communication. Then avoid being condescending. Do not talk or act down to people or over their heads. Condescending, that means you can say controversial. Should not talk in such a way that, yes, I'm, or the, what you can say, mm, I'm so clever, I'm so smart, and you peoples are like, what you can say, you know, you don't know anything. So that kind of approach. Then decide on the dramatic effect. Yes, it is most important. Why do we like Salman or these movies? Because they have bind their message in the dramatic mode. So according to the need, you should bind your message in the dramatic mode. Then use alternative communicators when appropriate, as in group discussion, panel interviews. You should choose the communicator from the groups. Then at last, most important is the quit on time, which is rewarded by the audience goodwill. Then matter of symbol variation and devices for representing the ideas. Uh, how actually the what symbol you should use and devices. So spoken words. Yes, you are using the spoken words, but written material, that if you circulate the written material, then definitely the people will have the material with them, and even though they forget the message, but they can memorize it by reading the material. So most important. Then audio visual aids, as in the channels we have seen audio visual and aids. Audio, that means the aids which can be here, visuals, that means aids or the methods which can be seen, and audio visual, the aids which can be seen as can be seen and hear, both, that are the audio visual aids. For example, television, which can be here and which can be seen. Then audience, here is the picture. Who is the audience? uh, Audience are the, or the, whatever the process, whatever the effort we are taking, we are taking the efforts for this particular person, audience. Everything is going on for the satisfaction of this fellow. So these are the audience. So who is audience? Audience is that intended receiver of the message. The person who is going to pick the message is called as audience. He is the consumer of the message. And in the good communication, communicator already knows, identifies his audience. And the more homogeneous an audience, greater the chances of successful communication. For example, you all people are the homogeneous audience. You all are in the third year. You all are having the scientific or the science background. So in that or in that terms, you are the homogeneous population. So in that case, the communication can be takes place in a smoother way. The aspects that clearly clarify the nature of audience. So how we can judge the nature of audience? So communication channels established by the social organization. Actually, in different parts of the country, different parts of the areas, there are some established communication channels. For example, in the tribal communities, their mukhias are there. If you remember some 1980s movie, uh, and is a famous actor actually from Marathi industry, Nilu Phule. If you watch the movies of 1990s or 80s, then you can see he was like a village leader. And uh, if actually whatever the themes were there of their movies, that the any unknown person who enters in the village, he had to give the information to that particular fellow. He had to report. So likely he was the communication channel. So the system of values held by the audience. What are the values actually as per the society, as per the religions? The system of values are different. So you should have a clear understanding. Then the forces which influencing the group conformity. Group conformity, that means that which are the forces you should know. Which are the forces are there, or which are the things that led the people to comes together. So that is the thing is there. Then individual personality factor is most important again, and native and acquired abilities. There are some native and acquired abilities are native. For example, in Bihar, you just go and see 15 years old child, he can easily weigh the 100 kg back, but we can't. So reason difference is that you just go to the Punjab, the girls, if you have to stare at girl, then you should uh, at least your neck should be at upper side. So they are the around 6 feet and more. So that are the native, and acquired, that means acquired by the people. For example, you people have acquired the abilities of science. So this is the thing is that. Then educational, economic and social levels, then pressure of occupational responsibilities, how busy or concerned they are, then people needs, then why the audience is need of changed ways of thinking. Actually, if I'm communicating with the audience, then I must ask the question to myself, why it is needed to change the people, or why they will think that they should change. So it is my prime duty to tell them the present situation. Then for that sake, I have to change the view of the audience towards the present situation. Then as you get, or as you concern, as you deal with the audience, what kind of response you will get? Understanding versus knowledge, acceptance or rejection, remembering versus forgetting, mental or physical actions, right or wrong. That means how the people will react. Understanding and knowledge. Understanding and knowledge, it means if in Marathi, that what we say, कळते पण वळत नाही. So likely that phenomena is there. Then acceptance versus rejection. Either if you are communicating with people, what they will react, how they will react. Either they will accept it or reject it. Third thing, even though they like the message, but two things, natural phenomena will occur, that either they can remember it for a long time or either they will forget within time. Then mental or versus physical action. Actually, we perform the actions in two phases. Firstly, we perform mentally and then we go for the physical action. So it is the prime duty of communicator to convert the mental action into the physical action. And that particular message which is communicated to the audience, from their view, either it can be right or wrong. So audience response is the last element of the communication process. So what is audience response, or better to say feedback? So it means carrying some significant response of the audience back to the communicator. That means whatever the audience response is there, it is for the communicator. Carrying some significant responses of the audience back to the communicator. So what are the characteristics? First thing, it is source oriented. That means the feedback or audience response is strictly for the communicator. Then it varies in different communication situation. As per the situation, it varies. It affects the source or communicator because it is ultimately for the communicator. So he has, if it is a positive feedback, then he will go as well. But if it is a negative one, then he has to change it, his style. Then it exerts the control over the future messages, definitely. Then it affects the communication fidelity. Fidelity, that means the credibility or the performance of all the elements. Then it maintains the stability and equilibrium of the communication system. In the best way, how one can explain the feedback system, it is as like the pressure cooker. As if vapor is there, if the pressure occurs on the in the cooker, it releases to the vessel. So likely that feedback or audience response is as like the vessel of the pressure cooker, which releases the tension. Then there are some concepts are there relating to the communication process. For example, audience segmentation. Segmentation, that means the creating or the what you can say, the segmentation should be done. That is a communication strategy that consists of identifying the certain sub audience from the total audience and then conveying the special messages to each of these sub audiences. For example, in the 10th or in the 12th, your teachers, for example, in the 10th especially, your school teachers were bifurcating you people, your batch. He was just plucking the 5 or 10 students. We were the brightest one in the class. For the getting the extra marks, he was used to give them extra guidance. So that was the audience segmentation. Subgroups in the group. Then frame of reference. It is a background of stimulation which influence a person's behavior in a particular situation. It's called as a frame of reference, as like the reference books. So the same phenomena in the psychological way. Frame of reference, that means we have some frame of references in our mind. For example, if you see snakes, you don't wonder happily. You will just in fear. Why? Actually, you had no any experience that it bites, but still you go in fear mode. Reason is we have some frame of reference with us. Then perception. Perception, it is a process by which an individual maintains the contact with environment, or we can say in best way that the aware of something. Perception, that means aware of something. Then fidelity. Fidelity is the faithful performance of the communication process by all its elements. That means every element is performing its duty honestly. Then communication gap. It refers to the difference between what was communicated by the extension worker and what has actually been received by the audience. धचा करणं आपण ज्याला म्हणतो, that is actually one thing, but sometimes what is the intention of the communicator, we fail to understand that intention and we get it in negative way. So in that cases we can say communication gap. Then time lag. It refers to delay in getting the relevant information in the form of messages and treat the messages according to the channel requirement and need of the audience. For example, Kharif season is going on and if I am delivering the messages in the Diwali festival or in the Rabi season, what is its use? Zero. It is having its time value. Then third one is the empathy. Empathy is the ability on the part of one person to understand the other person's internal frame of mind and reference and accept the same. Empathize yourself. That means to go in the another's mind. Then homophily, degree to which a pair of individuals who communicates are similar in certain attributes such as belief, education, social status, etc. etc. That means just remember the key message. The individuals who are communicating are similar in attributes. Then heterophily, which is pair of individual who interacts are different in certain attributes. That is all about the communication process. With this, our first chapter of communication is over. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will come up with a new chapter. Thank you.